Hey traders, welcome back to my channel. Today we are looking at compounding. So this is something I get asked a lot on my Instagram, and it's pretty simple once you kind of break it down. Basically, you guys, compounding is just making your money work for you over a period of time. So as you accumulate more profits in your account and you continue growing it by like a set percentage, you're going to get more return on that investment because obviously the base amount is higher. Okay. So that's essentially what we're doing there. It's nothing complicated. You'll see what I mean when we actually go to do it. One thing I do want to mention, I'm using Circle Markets compounding calculator. You can really use any compound calculator. It doesn't need to be a Forex one. You'll see like there's something kind of annoying that happens on this particular website and a lot of the Forex ones. This graph doesn't really update as you kind of keep putting different numbers in. You'll see what I mean in a second, but anyway, it still works. It's still fine. So the easiest way to look at it, let's say you have a starting balance, so you can put $100 into your Forex account, okay? And you want to grow it by 15% per month. And you want to know how much money you're going to have in a year. This is the most basic way to look at compounding, okay? It's going to break down for you per month how much you make with that set percentage of 15%. Okay. Obviously, though, this number is going to be a little different because you're not always going to grow it by 15%. So this is more of an average. But what it's saying is you'll end up with $535 at the end of that year. Now, the issue with that is that this doesn't account for active investing, which is what I always kind of promote or recommend for my students. All that means is just adding more money to your balance whenever you can. So let's say you start with $100. Well, I would put an extra 100 or whatever you can afford every month. Okay. So you can't really calculate it easily like on a calculator because it's not going to be able to plug those numbers in for you. So what you'll need to do is, now I'm just refreshing this because you'll see what I mean. This graph just kind of gets really big if you keep putting numbers in. That's the only reason. Okay. So let's say you have that $100 account and okay, we're growing by, we said 15%. Now that's just an arbitrary number. You are likely going to go for something a lot less than that. Actually, let's be a little bit more realistic. Let's go 10%. Okay. Because that's still even high. And let's say we want to know what we're going to have in 1 month. Okay. Because we've put $100 in. So we're left with $110. All right. Now you probably didn't need a calculator to calculate that, but we're going to use it the whole way through just so I can show you what I mean in case your numbers are not as easy as $100. So what I've done is I was going to use a spreadsheet, but I don't know how many of you guys are comfortable with those. So I'm just using a table that I inserted on like Google Word or whatever this is called, Google Docs. So all you can just write this on a piece of paper if you want to, you guys. It's nothing fancy, but you want to look at your number of months and the amount, the dollar amount. Okay. So in 1 month, we said we have $110. Okay. So now let's say the second month you want to, add $50 to the account. So we've already got 110. So we have to add 50 to this. Okay, so obviously that's 160. Again, if your numbers are complicated, just use, I know you guys are smart enough to know this, but just use a calculator, okay? So we're left with 160. And again, let's say we're aiming for 10% return. And you can use any number here, okay? I'm just using a really simple number. And again, we're going to stick with the 1 month now. So stick to the 1 month because we're going month by month so that we can see over 12 months what we have because we're adding money each month. I'm showing you how to do this with active investment because most of you are probably going to be actively putting money in. That's what you should be doing, okay? If you want to really compound and grow this. So we have 160 now, again with the 10%, and let's calculate. And this is what I mean by the graph getting bigger. It doesn't start from scratch. It keeps updating. It's really annoying. So now we have $176. Okay. So I'm probably not going to fill this whole thing out, guys. So now we have 106.76. So now let's say we add another, let's say we add $20 this month. Okay. I'll give just random numbers. So you just add 20 to this. Okay. Just add 20 to this, 196. We're going to grow that by 10% again in 1 month. What do we have? See, it keeps getting bigger. It's so annoying. So now we have 215. I'll do one more example and then, because this is just going to be boring me doing this. But you'll see if you go through and you have a general idea of what you can add per month, it's really interesting to see the end number, okay, when you look at what you can actively invest, because some of you could probably actively invest the $100 per month. I don't know what your situation is, or maybe half of what you initially invested. But it's really interesting to see how this grows. I'm going to refresh this, guys, because if not, it's going to be annoying. So let's say the second month now you can add 100. So let's say we have 315. So you had a really good month at work. You had a bonus come in or whatever. So you invest another $100. We want to grow that by 10 in 1 month. Now we have 346. Okay. And as your initial, so as this number grows, it's going to just keep getting bigger and bigger, okay? Because this percentage is based off of obviously this initial amount that we're looking at, right? So over 12 months, this is going to be considerably larger than what you initially invested, especially if you're actively investing. And it's much better than just saving that money. Because you're compounding it and you're actually gaining interest on it, right? So you have to look at currency trading just like any form of investment. I'm not going to fill this out, guys, because we'll be here all day plugging it in. But I do encourage you to go do this yourself and maybe write in the comments what your number was at the end, because I'd be interested to see that. It ends up being so much higher than you would think because of the percentage growing each month. So let me know what you guys come up with. If you liked this video, I know it's really simple, but I get asked this all the time and it's as easy as this. And again, and if you don't want to actively invest, you can just plug it into this calculator. So if all you have is, you're putting in $500, you don't want to add to it anymore, that's fine. I don't recommend that, honestly, but that's fine. You can plug it in here with whatever percentage you want to go for, and it will give you that number, okay? But this will be much higher, even if you're throwing, guys, $20 a month in on top of that. This is going to be a lot higher because of that compound interest. That's everything for this video. I'm not going to keep kind of rambling on. If you want to check out my free course, I'm going to link it in the bio. I definitely recommend you take that, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.